20 million barrels of oil pass through a single narrow gap every day. One disruption, one collision, one strike, the world feels it instantly. Prices surge, ships stop, markets panic. This is the Strait of Hormuz, just 33 kilometers wide, one choke point controlling nearly a fifth of global oil supply. And now there is a plan. A $200 billion canal cutting straight through the Hajar Mountains. Solid rock, vertical cliffs, no easy path. Just 32 kilometers of impossible terrain. On paper, it promises freedom. On paper, it removes risk. But reality refuses to follow the plan. Fractured rock, hidden caves, pressurized groundwater, mountains that move, machines that can't drive in, roads that don't exist, workers dangling over cliffs. One mistake, millions of dollars lost. One shift, lives at risk. This is not just a canal, it's a battle against the mountain itself. And the mountain has already started to fight back. The idea begins with a simple problem. The Strait of Hormuz is too narrow, too exposed. Every tanker from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, and the UAE must pass through it. Nearly 20 million barrels a day. One blockage and the world economy slows within hours. Insurance rates spike, oil prices jump, governments react. The risk is constant and it cannot be removed unless the route itself is replaced. Engineers propose something extreme. A new waterway, a permanent bypass, a direct connection from the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea. No waiting, no choke points, a shortcut through the Hajar Mountains. 32 kilometers of solid limestone, peaks reaching 700 meters. On a map, it looks manageable, straight, short, efficient. But maps lie. The terrain is brutal. Sharp ridges, deep valleys, fractured rock, hidden voids. The mountain refuses to be tamed, and humans have never faced this kind of challenge here. 3 routes are considered, one long but safer, one short but steep, one in between. The central route is chosen. It promises balance, but balance in theory is fragile. Ships cannot pass over mountains. Locks will be needed, massive locks, each larger than anything ever built. Equipment must arrive, but there are no roads, no flat ground, just cliffs dropping into the sea. Access must be created first. Workers drill into vertical faces, explosives are placed, blasts echo across the coastline, rocks collapse. A narrow ledge appears, just wide enough for a single truck. Meter by meter, blast by blast, every machine, every drill, every excavator must be transported carefully, delivered by sea, lifted by cranes onto unstable ground. One misstep, millions lost, time lost, lives at risk. Survey teams move ahead. GPS fails, signals bounce off sheer cliffs. Every measurement must be verified manually. One error here, catastrophe later. This is the reality behind the plan. Not a simple canal, a network of paths, machines, and men. Every element dependent on perfect timing, every element vulnerable to failure. And already, the mountain has begun to push back. Drilling begins, deep into limestone, layer by layer. At first, the rock seems solid, predictable, hard. Then suddenly, nothing. No resistance, empty space. A cavity larger than expected. Then another and another. Hidden chambers formed over thousands of years, invisible from the surface, unmapped, unstable. Engineers respond. Every cavity must be located. Thousands of sensors planted across the mountains. Seismic waves bounce through the rock. Reflections reveal hidden networks. Slowly, a map begins to form, not just of stone, but of everything inside it. Then water is found. Not rivers, not streams, groundwater, pressurized. A freshwater lens trapped inside the mountain. If breached, it could flood entire excavation zones. Pumps are installed, thousands of liters removed every hour. But the water finds new paths, cracks, voids, leaks. It refuses to be controlled. Equipment moves in, trucks line up, excavators swing their arms. Drills pierce the limestone. But the terrain is relentless. Cliffs shift, slopes collapse, workers dodge falling rocks. Safety teams install steel bolts, anchor the walls. Shotcrete sprayed over fractured surfaces, turning chaos into something predictable. But not safe. Never safe. Then the first real test blast. Small charges. Cameras record every fracture. Engineers study the pattern, adjust the timing. Another blast, slightly larger. The rock responds differently. One section breaks apart, another barely moves. Nothing is uniform, nothing obeys. Supplies stretch thin. Replacement parts take weeks to arrive. Every day of delay adds millions to the cost. Every delay invites scrutiny. Investors call. Governments demand updates. The pressure is relentless. And yet, the mountain refuses to yield. Hidden voids, groundwater, fractured rock, they conspire. Every meter forward uncovers another risk. Machines and men push on. Trucks move in endless lines. Blasts continue. Excavators struggle with oversized fragments. Dust chokes the air. Visibility drops. Work halts. Hours lost. Then restarted. Timing adjusted. Every step forward requires patience, calculation, control. The scale is staggering. Hundreds of millions of cubic meters of rock. Peaks rising 600 meters above. A canal that looks short on a map has become a battle with nature itself. And just when progress seems steady, the mountain whispers a warning. A slope shifts. A cavity expands. Groundwater pressure spikes. The mountain reminds everyone who really controls this space. Nothing here is easy. Nothing predictable. Every victory is temporary. And every problem grows larger, faster than expected. Then disaster strikes. One section of the mountain shifts overnight. Small cracks become visible. Sensors scream warnings. Workers are evacuated before sunrise. Equipment pulled back. Days of work suspended. Engineers huddle over maps, redrawing routes, recalculating every angle. One wrong move here, and entire sections could collapse. The tunnels break through to unexpected cavities. Open cut meets underground voids. Water rushes in. Pumps roar. Thousands of liters diverted every hour, yet the flow never stops. New paths open as fast as old ones are drained. Machinery must be moved, repositioned, stabilized. Every hour is a test. Every meter a gamble. Blasting plans fail repeatedly. Charges that worked yesterday tear up unstable slopes today. Fragment sizes swing from too large to too fine. Dust chokes the air. Trucks slow to a crawl. Visibility drops to zero. Work stops. Teams wait. Engineers rethink patterns. Another blast. Another failure. Then the groundwater reveals a new threat. Pressurized pockets buried deep. Bursts of water pour into excavation zones. Concrete pours halt. Excavators stall. Steel reinforcements stretch thin. Every system, every machine, every human becomes vulnerable. Above ground, slopes begin to shift again. Massive walls of fractured rock hang over crews. Rock bolts are drilled. Shotcrete sprayed. Steel beams driven into the mountainside. But nothing is permanent. Nature does not forgive. Delays pile up. Months slip by. Costs spiral. Investors grow restless. Governments demand results. Politicians demand updates. The world watches a project that promises control over one of the most critical oil choke points on Earth, and yet struggles to control a mountain. Workers live on the edge. Safety is a constant concern. One miscalculation could bury a machine, or worse. Every decision carries weight. Every failure has consequences. The scale of the challenge dwarfs imagination. Hundreds of millions of cubic meters removed. Machines that once looked unstoppable now struggle against nature's randomness. A canal that should have been straightforward is now a maze of problems, delays, and constant risk. And still, progress inches forward, slowly, painstakingly, but the mountain refuses to yield entirely. Every success reveals another weakness. Every step forward exposes another hidden danger. This is no longer construction. This is a battle with time, a battle with rock, a battle with water, and a battle that tests every limit of engineering and human patience. The mountain fights back harder. A slope that seemed stable yesterday now sags. Cracks widen. Sensors detect shifting hundreds of meters above. Workers scramble. Machines halt mid-operation. One misstep, millions of tons of rock could tumble. Then the tunnel boring machine arrives. Massive, expensive, precise, slow. Inches into the heart of the mountain. Progress measured in meters per day. Every drill must align perfectly with the open cut above. One misalignment and the entire route fails. Above ground, cliffs crumble. Excavators struggle. Trucks slide on narrow ledges. Temporary jetties buckle under the weight of cranes lifting machines from ships. Every delivery is a risk. Every movement, a potential disaster. Underground, hidden cavities expand. Pressurized water surges into work zones. Pumps roar day and night, yet the flow never stops. Reinforced walls strain. Concrete cracks. Rebar bends. Engineers rethink designs on the fly. Safety protocols stretch to the limit. Blasting becomes a nightmare. Previous charge patterns fail. Fragments too large, fragments too fine. Dust chokes visibility. Trucks and machines wait. Hours lost, days lost, weeks disappear. Time becomes the enemy. Costs skyrocket. $200 billion on paper, now dwarfed by delays. Investors call. Governments demand progress. Politicians intervene. The mountain does not care. The mountain does not negotiate. Every meter forward uncovers a new challenge. A cavity, a crack, a water pocket. Each problem grows faster than the last. Every solution triggers another. The work is no longer predictable. Progress feels like walking on a tightrope over chaos. Then the highest peaks reveal the final challenge. 200,000 tons of fractured rock hang above the excavation zone. One shift, one miscalculation, and it could collapse. Entire sections may fall. Workers are evacuated. Safety teams hold their breath. Engineers redesign, relocate, reinforce. Days of planning vanish in hours. Machines keep moving, but slower. Blasts continue. Excavators struggle. Trucks line up, one every 30 seconds, carrying mountains away, piece by piece. Each meter forward, a new layer of risk. And yet, the mountain is not done. Groundwater finds new channels. Voids open unexpectedly. Cracks propagate faster. The mountain adapts. The mountain resists. This is no longer just excavation. This is control at the edge of failure. Every decision matters. Every moment counts. And every miscalculation could end the project. The mountain is alive, and it has learned the rhythm of human machines. The tunnel meets the open cut. For the first time, the route connects from one side of the mountain to the other. A straight path, a promise fulfilled. But the victory feels fragile. Water pressure rises. Locks must hold millions of tons of water, each chamber engineered to exacting standards. Concrete pours run for days without pause. Rebar cages locked in place. Steel beams resisting crushing force. One error, one shift, and it all collapses. Massive gates arrive by sea, too large for any road. Cranes lift, guide, place, millimeter by millimeter. Each operation calculated, controlled, but nothing here is guaranteed. Then the first test. A small vessel enters, not a supertanker, too risky. Slowly, it moves toward the first lock. Massive gates close behind. Water rises. Sensors hum. Tension hangs heavy. Engineers watch. Everyone watches. The vessel lifts. Higher. Released forward. Every system works. For a moment. But small pressure fluctuations appear. Adjustments are made. Monitors read every detail. Recalibration again and again. The mountain continues to challenge. Cracks shift. Water surges. Reinforcements groan. Every part of the canal tested to the limit. Machines and men push further, faster, but the margin for error is razor thin. The open cut and tunnels are now one system, a marvel of engineering. Yet the mountain still resists. Its hidden cavities, shifting slopes, and water pressure remind everyone that control here is temporary, fragile, precarious. Costs soar, delays mount. Every meter forward reveals new danger. The canal stands, functional, but the mountain never surrendered fully, and no one can predict what comes next. For the first time, the world sees it. The $200 billion canal works. But the risk, the complexity, the uncertainty, it has never been smaller. Only managed, only contained, only challenged at every step. This is the climax of human ingenuity against nature. And for one moment, it holds. The canal is carved, locks installed, tunnels aligned, concrete hardened, steel reinforced. Ships can pass. The Strait of Hormuz is no longer the only path. But the mountain is still there, Behind every wall, behind every lock, it waits. Unseen voids, hidden fractures, water channels still shift. Every day sensors monitor. Every day engineers plan. Every day maintenance teams prepare for the unexpected. The $200 billion project is a marvel, a testament to human ambition. But it is also a warning. Nature cannot be fully tamed. It can only be managed, controlled, negotiated with, one careful step at a time. Delays and cost overruns have reshaped expectations. Investors adjust, governments watch, and the world now understands. Mega projects are never just about building. They are about enduring. Enduring the mountain, the water, the unpredictability. Workers return to their routines, but the story remains. Each meter of rock removed is a reminder of risk. Each lock built is a reminder of precision. Each successful test is proof of patience, calculation, and courage. The canal functions, but perfection is an illusion. The mountain still resists. Every maintenance cycle, every inspection, every adjustment keeps the project alive. Without constant vigilance, progress could reverse in hours. And yet, there is achievement. Ships move freely. Trade routes diversify. Economies feel relief. Engineers see the impossible realized. Machines that once struggled now glide along their tracks. The project no longer shocks with danger, but it humbles with scale. It demonstrates that mega engineering is as much about control as it is about surrender. The $200 billion canal exists. It works. But the mountain reminds all who built it. Nothing lasts without respect. Nothing endures without constant care. And some challenges never truly end. They only change shape. The canal stands, a marvel of steel, concrete, and human will. Ships glide through locks, trade flows. The Strait of Hormuz no longer holds all power. But the mountain is patient. Hidden voids remain. Water channels shift. Every day the risk waits silently. Engineers watch. Machines monitor. Maintenance never stops. Control here is temporary, fragile, precarious. The $200 billion canal proves one truth. Mega projects do not conquer nature. They negotiate with it. They manage it. They endure it. And even then, uncertainty never fully disappears. This is the story of ambition against impossible odds, of engineering pushing limits, of risk, failure, and the relentless persistence of both humans and nature. The canal works, but the mountain still rules.